told you there's a natural way to tap into your own body's fountain of youth, boosting both the way you look and how you feel. Well, this is possible, all by activating your youth hormone, which is your human growth hormone. This hormone plays a key role in cell growth, repair, and metabolism, which then affects how we age both internally and externally. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 6 science-backed hacks on how you can boost those HGH levels all naturally. As you may have guessed, as we age, our HGH levels decrease, and that then affects our bone mass, our muscle mass, which directly affects how our face and our body ages, also our energy levels. Now, the number one thing that you can do is make sure that you get enough sleep. When it comes to your HGH levels, it's really important because as you sleep, you actually produce between 70 to 80% of your HGH levels that are produced throughout the entire day. So what you want to do is get that deep REM sleep. That's incredibly important because that's when our HGH levels are produced. Now, to do this and get the best night's sleep, you can have a look at YouTube, but some tips that I would recommend is make sure that you wind down in time. I always stop sort of checking my emails around 6. That means that I can rest and my mind is relaxed by the time I go to sleep. The other thing you might want to do is make sure that your room is cool enough. There's a lot of research around this showing that when you sleep in a cool room, you sleep better. And then finally, make sure you're not eating late at night. And the reason for this is that when you eat, it spikes your insulin levels to deal with the blood sugar. But when your insulin levels are higher, it actually affects the production of your HGH. So try not to eat too late in the evening. Research has found that doing intense interval training can actually boost our HGH levels up to 500%. And this involves doing intense series of exercises followed by rest breaks and then repeating the cycle. Now, this can be anything from aerobic exercise like running to lifting weights. And what really matters here is the intensity of the exercise. So the more intense the exercise, the better the production of HGH. Second consideration is the duration of our rest breaks. And research has found that the ideal time is between 30 to 60 seconds when considering the production of HGH. You'll definitely want to consider having heat treatments like sauna, steam rooms, or hot baths because they activate something called heat shock proteins, which are basically molecules that protect your cells. And studies have found that having these heat treatments can boost your HGH levels by between 140 to 500%. So definitely consider having these because not only do they boost our HGH levels, but they protect our cells and also boost detoxification in our body, which is so important for our overall health, but also for our skin and overall body. And for best results, you want to do this at least 2 to 3 times a week for sessions of between 20 to 30 minutes. When it comes to your hormones, what you put into your body is really key. So make sure you're eating the right things. And in terms of HGH, you definitely want to be getting enough proteins because they help produce those HGH levels. And this can be through vegetarian or meat sources. Then you want to make sure you're getting enough healthy fats like avocado, olive oils, nuts and seeds, because these healthy fats help balance the hormone levels within your body. And then you want to make sure you're getting enough fiber. And this is really important because it keeps everything moving, it keeps your microbiome healthy, and that directly affects your hormone levels. Now, fiber you can get from vegetable sources, some fruits, and whole grains as well. Now, what you want to avoid is sugar and processed foods because that will spike your insulin levels. And when you have very high insulin levels, that can then prevent the production of HGH. As we're on the subject of eating, one of the best ways to boost your HGH levels is through intermittent fasting, which basically means restricting your eating to a certain time frame. So between 6 to 8 hours is quite common, and then you fast for the rest of the time. And one of the reasons it probably works so well is because your insulin levels aren't going back and forth because you're fasting, and that then boosts your HGH. Now, for those of you who want to consider taking a supplement to help boost those HGH levels, there's actually 2 amino acids that you can consider, and they're good to take before sleep. The first one is L-arginine, and the second is L-glutamine. But as I always say, I prefer to do things as naturally as possible, and you can get these amino acids by getting enough protein, whether it's vegetable or meat proteins. But if you do decide that you want to try a supplement, always speak to your healthcare professional first. And as with anything health or beauty related, managing stress is really key. And this is the same when it comes to your HGH. And the reason for this is when you're really stressed, it increases a hormone called cortisol. And cortisol is not only bad for aging, it will accelerate this, but it also suppresses the production of HGH. So it's really important that we find a way to rest and relax every single day. And this will, of course, look different for all of us, but some great ways are through meditation, yoga, or even just having a long walk. It's all about balancing our nervous system, which is overly activated in today's world. And to find out more about your nervous system, how it works, and how you can calm it down, I would recommend you next watch this video where I'll be discussing some top science-backed hacks on how you can calm down that nervous system in minutes.